Well, good evening or good morning or wherever you are in the world. I know there was quite a few of you going to be joining from different parts of the world, so a very big welcome to you all. So yes, we are going to be running through the New Year tarot spread today. This is a really great tarot spread to use for yourself. Perfect time of year for it. It really does cover all the bases in terms of the year ahead. So it gives you all that information, all that knowledge that you need so that you can make 2018 the perfect year for you. So it covers career, finances, love, spirituality, health, well-being, all those kind of things, and also just shows us some of the obstacles that we could face and how we can overcome those obstacles as well. So it is one of the most popular spreads. It's one that I get asked to do, one of the most popular readings, one that I get asked to do all the time. So I thought I would share it with you in this little mini workshop where we could run through and so I can teach you guys how to use it for yourselves or for others. I am also giving away a discount code at the end. If you wanted to book one of these readings, there will be $10 off. So I'll give that at the end of the broadcast. Must remember that, but I will just write that down actually. So what I did as well, I reached out on my Facebook group and asked because I needed a guinea pig or a volunteer for this, and I just recorded a really quick video of me drawing the names out of a hat. I just wanted to prove that it is fair, so here we go. I will just a quick video of me choosing the person that is going to be the winner of the year ahead tarot reading that I'm going to use in the Facebook Live, which is in about 28 minutes. So I'll put all the names of everybody that replied yes in here. Just going to draw one out and then I will crack on with it. So let me have a little look who we have. Got one. So the winner is Espinoza. It's backwards there, and you won't be able to read my writing, but just to prove it was fair, so I will show this video in the Facebook Live just to show that was fair, and then the reading will be for Espinoza. Okay, thanks a lot. See you soon. Bye. So there we have it. That was the video there. I'm just trying to click that off actually. So that was the video. That Espinoza was the one who was chosen for this. So I will just get straight into it, and I'll just go through what the actual tarot spread is first, and then we'll go through the live reading so that you can follow along with that as well. So let's just get a picture of the spread up. And if you go to, if you visit this link down the bottom, tarotavenue.com/New Year, it has all the details on how you can use this spread, and it also shows you how you can, there's also a bit of a demo on there as well, and there's a free download that you can download with instructions for this tarot spread. I want to make it as easy as possible for you guys. So yes, so you'll see 13 cards in this spread, which is quite a lot. I usually like small, sharp, to the point spreads, but this is a year forecast, so we do need to go into a little bit of depth there. So we start up the top there with the summary of the year gone, the card up the top. Now what I would say just before we start on any reading, and particularly this one, you want to have a look at the overall thing and really look at what's there, what's missing. You know, are there a lot of major cards? Are there a lot of court cards? Are there a lot of reversals? Are there any common themes that you see? Because it could be that there's some themes in there that you feel keep popping up. So that's something to keep an eye out for when you're in there. And then you would get into looking through the individual cards as well. So we start up the top with the summary of the year gone. Then we get into the career outlook. So that year gone, it just gives you a real flavour of what has happened in that previous year. And then the next line down, that's very much about what's coming up in the year ahead. So we'll look at a career outlook, and again it is just one card, so it's just going to give you a flavour, but I always think it's going to tell you the most important thing that you need to look out for in there. So we have career, we have finances, we have love, we have family and friends, and we have spirituality, or you can also call that well-being as well, because some people don't consider themselves to be spiritual, which is absolutely fine. Now, what I would say as well with this is you can mix these up if there's different things that you want to know, like if there's certain areas of your life that you want to dig into, you can interchange these, so it is not set in stone at all. Then next we get down to the year ahead, but split into 3-month chunks. And again, it's going to give you a bit of a taste for what you're going to face in each quarter or each 3-month chunk of the year. So again, you're looking at a bit of a story, a bit of a through theme, and what you can expect from that year ahead there. Then we look at the biggest obstacle that you will face. That's card 11 there. And then how we overcome that obstacle. And that's always one of the important ones there. So you want to look at how you're going to overcome that. And then we have a look at the overview of the year ahead and what we can expect in the next year. So let's get into it. I'll just shrink that, move that there. I'm just trying this new software, which I'm quite enjoying because I can drag in pictures and things as well and show you them, which is fun. So I will now show you this is a spread that I drew for Espinoza. So let's go into it and have a look through. First of all, we have this summary of the year gone. That's a card up the top there. And we start with the Two of Swords. So this would say to me it's been a bit of a crossroads year, you know. The Two of Swords, it's very much about making decisions where you're headed. Somebody who's a bit, maybe even could be paralyzed by fear. You know, I look at that person, they're sitting on this stone bench. There's something a bit cold about it. I always get drawn to those little yellow shoes as well and feel like there's a really bright costume under there and just some kind of fun and energy, but it's covered in this grey shroud. And it can be just a lack of decision making that can leave you feeling a bit paralyzed. It can also be a little bit about just avoiding conflict. Somebody who doesn't want to rock the boat and doesn't want to have any kind of conflict in their lives, so they are just avoiding it by shutting themselves off a little bit. So it's a year of, I feel like it could have been a year of change, but he's potentially just been putting the blinkers on and shutting himself off a little bit and not really looking at what is. Not really dealing with the issues. And again, there are some themes coming up with this as well. I was talking about looking at overall themes. So we see there are quite a few reversals in here. Now, reversals, a lot of people get scared of reversals and think that they're bad. I don't think that at all. But it can be, you know, a lot of people, it can be about having blockages. It can just be about not releasing that energy. We also see there's quite a few major arcana cards in here as well in that third line down, and they're all reversed as well, apart from the Hanged Man. But this, again, it can show me that there's a good balance between major arcana and minor arcana in there. But I feel like this is going to be quite a big year for Espinoza, and it could be, there could be some issues coming up, some stuff that he's going to have to deal with. It could be a bit confronting and potentially a bit challenging, but I think it could be you know, one of those confronting years, but I think it could be a really interesting year and a really successful year as well. And then so I want to have a look and see if there's anything missing. So I look there, there's one pentacle, there's a few cups, there's swords, and wands at the end there. So a lack of wands throughout. So this could be saying to me, and we'll get to the whole thing, but this could be saying, you know, wands for me represent passion, they represent that fire. But where is that in the at the beginning of the reading? It's just coming through right at the end. So has he maybe been missing a bit of this fire and a bit of the passion, and maybe it's coming through towards the end? And so, yes, I think there's going to be a bit of a journey, but let's look at that journey and talk through it and and then Espinoza can jump in with that as well. Hi, Michaela. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Right, so we'll head through, and hopefully this will give you some insights how you can use this tarot spread for yourself as well, or if you are reading for others. It is always a goodie. So the summary of the year gone, yes, at a crossroads, maybe kind of shutting themselves off, maybe a bit stuck and not really moving forwards. So then we get into the year ahead. So this is for 2018. We'll look at the career outlook. We'll get the King of Cups reversed. Now, King of Cups for me is very much about a great listener, a counsellor, a teacher. So it's somebody who would really have that kind of career where you would be, somebody that you can rely on, somebody that you can talk to, somebody that you can listen to. So I wonder if he maybe needs to open himself up a little bit in terms of career. Maybe the King of Cups is extremely warm and expressive, but just seeing that reversed, I wonder if he's maybe just blocking that a little bit, and maybe he needs to find that person in work or through his career that he feels like he can talk to, that he can open himself up to, that he can relate to and express any kind of hopes, dreams and fears so that he can move forward, because that feels like in terms of career that's maybe a little bit of a blockage, because it's a really lovely card to have in the career position. Just with it being reversed feels like I think there's a little bit of work needs to be done there. And then we get into finances, and we'll get the Four of Swords. Now, fours are very much about stability, things being on track, everything being fine. The Four of Swords can just be about taking some time out, taking a rest, relaxation. So it would say to me 2018 is not going to be the year for making huge financial decisions. It's maybe just letting things lie, taking some time off, and potentially just not even worrying so much about money as well. We see swords there can be thoughts, so potentially there's a bit of thought about a bit of maybe even negative thoughts about money, and maybe it's been on your mind quite a lot, but it is time to just relax and let that take care of itself for the next year, because you feel like there is a sense of stability there. So I don't think that's going to be a huge issue when it comes to financials. Next one, love outlook, and we get the Tower reversed. So the dreaded Tower, everybody fears the Tower. Now, it's not, I don't think it's a bad card at all. I mean, I have to say I don't love it when it comes up in a reading, but I do pay attention to it, because usually when the Tower comes up, it means something needs to be done. You need to pay some attention. You need to take some action. When we see the Tower reversed, it can be about avoiding chaos and avoiding that disaster, or it can be about maybe just delaying it and putting it off. So there might be something that needs to happen in the love stakes or the relationship stakes. Maybe you need that kind of foot up the backside from the universe. You need that kind of electric shock to get you into action, but potentially you're avoiding that. Or it can mean, which is a bit more positive in terms of maybe there's some rough things could be happening in the next year in terms of love, but you manage to navigate your way around it and soften that blow because you have the information and because you're doing the right things as well. So I think there's probably some work needs to be done in terms of the love stakes, but I think it's just something that you need to pay attention to and potentially take some action as well, take some positive action so you can get things on the right track. And then we get on to the family and friends outlook, Page of Cups reversed. So again, quite similar to that King of Cups reversed, but with the Page of Cups, I always feel there's a sense of kind of silliness and joy and fun. With it being reversed there, it's saying to me, I wonder if you're just taking yourself a little bit too seriously. I wonder if you really need to let yourself relax a little bit more, and maybe you're seen in terms of the family or your friends group as the sensible one. Maybe you're the one that's that they can always rely on, but I feel like you just need to relax a little bit, loosen up. But also this this fish jumping out the cup is very much a sign of intuition as well. It's your subconscious trying to get in touch with you. Hi Kellyanne, thanks for joining us. It's a sign of subconscious trying to get in touch, but there could be a real sense of maybe not listening to that. So maybe need to get in tune with your intuition a little bit more as well. And then we get to spirituality and or well-being, and we get the devil coming through. So I think this is a big turning point for you personally, because I think for me, the devil, and especially when it's in spirituality, it's all about facing your fears, not being afraid, because fear can hold us back so much in life, my goodness. But once you start to face it, and it's easier said than done, but it's amazing how quickly you can make a change and how quickly you realize, oh my God, why was I worrying? Why did I spend so much time worrying? So the devil can be addiction, but for me it's really more about fears, because I look at those people with those chains around their neck, and the only reason they're not taking them off, because those chains are loose, but the only reason they're not taking them off is fear. The fear of the unknown. They don't know what's going to happen, because there's this big imposing creature behind them, but it's almost like that imposing creature is self-inflicted as well. And I think you've got an opportunity to free yourself from all this and really move forward. So I think this is the big message for you in the year ahead. It's a year about facing those fears, and yes, that's going to be confronting. It's going to be challenging, and whenever we face fears, there's a lot of things come up, so it can be scary, but it is part of the process and part of being human. We all have fears, and we all have to get through life and face them at some point as well. Then we look at the year ahead. So the next line down is the year ahead, and that's in 3-month increments. So we have January to March first. Again, it's very much about the stability, the finances. I don't think there's going to be big revelations happening in January to March. I think it's all going to feel quite stable, and just like you're just consolidating. Everything's good. You're getting yourself you're getting yourself sorted out for the year ahead, and that's all looking fine to me. Then we get to the 3 reverse cards. We have Judgment, the Moon, and the Lovers, all reversed, and that's April to June. We have Judgment. So again, it's kind of like that wake-up call, and it's underneath the Tower as well. It's just saying to me that this is a time where you need to really do a bit of a review over your life. This is the Judgment card is very much about the report card. So it's looking back over your life and thinking, right, what do I want to achieve? Who do I want to be? What do I, there's and really about finding your calling. It feels to me like there's, and with it being reversed, I'm just worried that you're going to just put it off because you're going to get stuck in this 4 of Pentacles space and just be like, oh no, it's all fine. Whereas, and again, this is very common, and we all do it, and we all go through life thinking, no, everything's fine. But actually, sometimes it's good to ask, well, what can be, I don't want fine, I want great. What can be better? How can I make this even better? How can I make my life even better? And that's usually about kind of finding your calling, what you're meant to do, and finding something that you love. So I think that could be the time to be doing it. And then again, I feel like if you can do that, then all these other cards are going to turn upright as well. So it's like this is the key, that Judgment card there. You just need to learn to switch that over, and then we get into the Moon. So it's very much like, yes, this is going to be a bit of a journey, challenging journey as well, because again, it's about facing those fears and just being careful not to put your own fear, not to over exaggerate your fears and to put barriers in your own way. So it's really about kind of taking that long path, because finding your calling, my goodness, it's not going to be an overnight thing. Okay, done, great, I've got it. It's going to be a journey. It's going to be there's going to be ups and downs, and but I feel like if you can get on that path, it could be really good for you. And then we get the Lovers reversed as well. So this can be a card about choices, but I just feel like if this were upright, it would be like, it could be as simple as finding the thing that you love, but also I think it's just putting you in a better position to give love and accept love and receive love, but just improving that communication and everything as well. So this is overall saying to me, you do have choices, you've got choices to make, and this is completely all in your control. But it really is saying this could be a really big year for you, a really exciting year, but it's up to you to make that happen. Then we get biggest obstacle that you will face. So it doesn't surprise me. It ties in with all that's gone, the Hanged Man. So that's very much about just taking time out to reflect and think about where you are, and but the problem with the Hanged Man, you can get very comfortable in that position. You can just get a little bit stuck. So it's really a time for action. It's the obstacle is that you could just spend the next year just plodding through rather than actually really making a change, making some difference, and really moving forward with that. And then how to overcome that obstacle. Interesting one, because the Nine of Cups is all about finding contentment, finding peace. It's somebody who's very content, and they've got all those cups filled with love as well. But interesting, whenever I see the Nine of Cups, I always think, well, where's the 10th cup? What is that 10th cup? So I think for you, the key, and I do have a tarot spread for that as well, it's called Finding the 10th Cup. I think it's just tarotavenue.com/10th cup. And so how to tackle that obstacle is working out. So, this is somebody who, you have got a good life. Things are really good, but it's the 9 cups, and let's make it the 10. What do you need to do to turn that 9 into a 10? So that will be quite interesting for you. I think that's the kind of homework for the next year. And then overview of the year ahead is really good. This is like the 6 of Wands. This is you're moving forward. You've got those wands. You've got that passion. You've found your kind of zest for life again. But more importantly, people are looking up to you, and you've got something to be proud of as well, because I look at the difference from that beginning, the 2 of Swords down to that 6 of Wands, and I feel like there's 2 of Swords very stuck, but that 6 of Wands very much about action and moving forward and respect and victory. So I think it could be a really good year ahead, but you just need to take that action and take responsibility for your own happiness. And that's how I'm going to leave it there for you, Espinoza. So I hope that is useful for you. I think you're overseas, so you're probably in bed at the moment, but you will read this when you listen to this when you wake up, and please do just comment and let me know what you think. Same for anybody else. If you have any questions, please just type them in the comments. I will get back to you, but it's always good to know that you're there, and to see if there's anything that I can help you with as well. So I did promise you, if you wanted to book this reading as well, I promised you a discount code. So if you go to my website, tarotavenue.com/New Year, there is a button down the bottom to book this reading, and the discount code to get $10 off will be Xmas, XMAS 10, XMAS 10, and you'll get $10 off that reading, and that is running through till the end of the year. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. I don't think I have anything else to report at this stage. As I say, if you do have any questions about this tarot spread, and if there's anything else I can help you with, then please don't hesitate to contact me. Absolute pleasure to connect with you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.